Well, hello, First and Calvary friends and family. Pastor Don here with another FaceTime with Pastor Don. And this week, I wanted to get you some great information about some progress that God has helped us make as a church on one of our focus goals from 2024. You may remember that 2024 was dedicated to serving alongside our Father. And so a lot of stuff we did last year, a lot of goals to help us like serve alongside God. Well, one of the focus goals from last year was, I'm going to read this out, seeking ministry partners for more regular and strategic use of our building. So we have 88,000 square feet of award-winning facility here, and most of the week, very little of it is getting used. And so our session last year was saying, let's seek some ministry partners who could accomplish God's kingdom work with our building. And as a session, we were looking at three considerations. Number one, and the most important, would this partner and their use of our building, would it help us accomplish our mission of laboring alongside the Father as he draws people to Jesus and grows them as disciples? And so that's the primary consideration. The second consideration was, is it a ministry that aligns with our values? Is it somewhat aligned with our values? It's not as important as is it helping us accomplish our mission, but it is a good question to ask. And the third, the tertiary consideration was, could it potentially create a revenue stream for us? Again, it's only the third consideration. It doesn't have to create a revenue stream for us through rent, but does it? And that is a consideration that we could ask about as well. So, our session's been looking at a variety of things. Steve Young, the director of operations, and myself, we've been taking a lot of meetings with other ministries, not-for-profits. We've been networking and we've been striking out people. I mean, we have some ministries that do use our building, and they've been using it for a while, but we've been seeking new partners. That's been the goal, right? And so we've been taking lots of meetings, not much has come up. Well, within the last couple months, three options have come up, three possibilities have come up. And at our recent session meeting just last week, less than a week ago, our session approved three of these. And so I just want to tell you about them because you're going to be seeing different people in the building. And I just wanted you to know about those and be excited about those and be praying for those. So one of those is with Fellowship Bible Church. Fellowship Bible Church is a great Jesus loving church in Rogersville, and they have an outstanding and growing college ministry, particularly to MSU students. They have, I think, between 100, 200, something like that, college students who are meeting every Monday night. And it's growing. We have people here at the church who participate in that. Some of our scholars know that church really well. So we've got some connections with that church and their campus ministry already. Well, they came to us and said, we have this growing campus ministry, but the students have to hitch rides with each other and head it's like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes to where the church is in Rogersville. And we were wondering if we could hold our Monday night campus worship night at your church. So starting this fall, so we've been in conversations with them, come up with an agreement with them, and session has approved that starting this fall, just during the school year, on Monday nights in the sanctuary, Fellowship Bible Church is going to have host their college worship service. An incredible ministry, helps us accomplish our mission of making disciples and growing disciples. It's aligned with our values, especially our value of campus hospitality. And thirdly, this will create a little revenue stream for us as a church, which can only help. So really excited about that. That won't start till the school year kicks off, but wanted to let you know about that. The second thing that session approved is our apartment is going to be used by one of our scholars this fall. You may or may not know that our church actually has an apartment. It's been used sporadically in the last 4 years, but previously there was a youth minister here who lived there, I think, for 3 or 4 years, from what I've heard. He even got married. They, as a couple, lived there. It was kind of nice having someone in the church 24/7. That was kind of helpful for the church, and it was really helpful for them. Well, the apartment has not been getting much use at all over the last 4 years, maybe longer. Well, one of our new scholars, his name is Parker. He's just finishing up his studies at Wheaton College in Chicago, and he's moving to Springfield to get a master's, I believe, in choral conducting, maybe choral performance. I'm not exactly sure. Tyler will know that better. He's good friends with Emma Sarovich, so one of our previous scholars. Many of you will remember Emma, incredible, thoughtful, deep woman. And Parker is a lot like her. Well, he's relocating to the area, and after a number of conversations, he was looking for help finding a roommate or maybe a room with one of the families in the church. And then he found out about the apartment, and we've looked into that. We've checked through all the details, and Session recently approved that. So starting in August, Parker will be one of our scholars. Will be staying in the little apartment. You probably won't see him. You probably didn't even know there was an apartment in the church. It's over on one side of the church, and it helps us accomplish our mission in the sense of we're really supporting the scholar who's wanting to grow in their faith as an artist and as a Christian. It's aligned with our values. He's here to study. It's the life of the mind. It's also campus hospitality, beauty of the arts, so a lot of our values, and it will create a little bit of a revenue stream for the church as well. So those are the first two things that Session approved. The third one is there is a church here locally. It's a church plant. It's been around for 2 years. It is a Russian speaking church plant that is going to session approved for them to hold their weekly worship services here in our building for July and August. So this is a temporary fix to help them out. They have been meeting across town at, I'm forgetting the name of the church, Schweitzer. But Schweitzer, starting in July, is doing this big construction project and they can't host them anymore. And so for July and August, Session has agreed that they can hold their weekly meetings here. And during that time, we're actually going to be working on an agreement to consider whether after August we would come to a longer term agreement with them, that maybe they could stay here, do a 12-month agreement with them to be here as well. So, super excited about that. Let me tell you a little bit about this church that will be here for July and August and potentially longer if Session approves a longer agreement and if they are amenable to that longer agreement. It's called Emmanuel Slavic Church. It's a church plant. It's only 2 years old. It's Russian speaking, and so they have congregants from Russia, Kazakhstan. Many of them are from Ukraine and also from Moldova. They have some others as well. There's some Russian speaking folks from Israel who are part of the congregation. But it is this kind of Slavic church in Russia, very conservative denomination, or not denomination, a conservative church. It's an independent church, and we met with many of them, session and buildings and grounds folks, and some of the worship and music committee folks. Met with some of their leaders and some of their congregants. It's a very vibrant congregation. They have in their Sunday worship service, they have, I think, 120 people coming now, and about half of those are youth and kids. They have really big families, so about half of those are youth and kids. They have one main worship service, and that is held on Sunday afternoons, and it will be in our sanctuary for those 2 months. They'll be using their own sound equipment, etc., during that interim time. They also hold two worship services during the week, and so Tuesday nights and Friday nights they also have worship services. Those are less well attended. The kids and youth don't come to those, so that's about 40, 45 people, and that'll be held in a different room in the church. And then starting, if they were to stay with us longer term, in the fall, after the summer ends, they have an orchestra, and their orchestra rehearses on Sunday nights. And I think they said maybe 30 or so people, maybe 20, 30 people are in the orchestra. Again, it's a lot of classical instruments. And so if that were to happen, we'd have a room for them on Wednesday nights as well. So really, their pastor, Sergey, is from Ukraine. Voss, who's one of their deacons, is also from Ukraine. Great believers. We're really excited to help this church plant in the months of July and August. And Session is excited to get to know them more and to drill into the details of what a 12-month agreement could look like. and to consider that as well. It's absolutely helps us accomplish our mission. They have new baptisms all the time. People are coming to faith. They have guests who come. So it is aligned with our mission. It helps us labor alongside the Father as He's drawing people to Jesus and growing them as disciples. It is aligned with our values, all the worship we do, serving the community, etc. And it would create a revenue stream for us as well. Anyways, those are three things that have been approved. And again, a fourth is being considered. That's the whether to go longer with Emmanuel Slavic Church. Just wanted to let you know about those. I'm so excited. Steve Young and I were joking, well, partially joking about it, that we were just kind of lamenting, like we're doing our darndest, like we're working hard to try to network and find some ministry partners to use the building, and we were striking out. And then just these three things in a row just walked through the door. Like we didn't create them at all. Like God just brought them to us. And so, isn't that like God, where He's like, "Oh, you're through trying now. Okay, good. No one can take credit for this other than me." And so God brings us these wonderful partners. So, anyways, blessings to you all. It's the heat of summer. I'm loving working through the Encounters with Jesus sermon series with all of you, and it's been refreshing for me personally as a disciple to just kind of stare at Jesus and watch Him bump into people. I was really encouraged recently to go with the group from First and Calvary up to the Nelson Atkins Museum up in Kansas City. So powerful there. Um, yeah, so tonight I'm going to last one another group for June. I know it's in July, but we postponed the last week. Anyways, I'm feeling refreshed, um, leaning into new things and how God is growing me in my faith. Love being your pastor, love being with here in the church with you all. And that's it for this FaceTime with Pastor Don. I will talk to you all soon.